Hey, what's up, beautiful souls? Happy Friday. The weekend is here for whatever that means. Most people are out of work and times are crazy, so a lot of people are losing track of days, but it's Friday, I think. Um, Today, I wanted to talk about ego. Man, what a touchy subject, especially in the spiritual uh, community. I've seen so much talk of killing the ego and ridding yourself of ego and ego death, and I feel like when spirituality has the pendulum into spirituality has swung too far, we think that we need to kill the ego. And what I'm here to propose is my idea and my understanding of what the ego is, and that is the ego being your human self and being a way of creating unique experience that is our God-given right, and our God-given gift is ego. And yes, there can be toxic ego and out of balanced ego, which you see, which is the competition, which is comparing, which is you name it. There's a whole laundry list of things that the toxic ego can manifest as, and that can show up as in your life. But it is so important to understand that the ego is not meant to be killed. You see this in people with no egos, the empathic people. In this three-dimensional reality as human beings, if you have no ego, whether it's from trauma, abuse, oppression, uh, by choice, um, people will walk on you. People will take advantage of you. People will dismiss you. You will not be heard. A lot of times people without egos don't have a voice either, and their throat chakra is clogged and not outputting or intaking the proper amount of energy, because with no ego you have no human voice. And it's so important to have a human voice to maintain not only a healthy, balanced ego, but a healthy, balanced spirit in this human world. Because in this human dualistic reality that we live in, it can be pretty brutal with people that have lost track of their soul, if you will. You know, the ego maniacs on the other end of the spectrum with the narcissism, whether that be from choice, from trauma, from, inflated belief system, whatever that may be. There is there's a beautiful, twisted, divine balance of spirit and ego that needs to be um, understood and realized in this incarnation, that ego is not meant to be killed. And it plays such an important role as a human being. It is your human self, and it is your unique experience in this realm, and it can also serve as a protector of the soul. You know, if somebody is attacking your spirit and your belief system, and you have no ego, man, that crushes your soul. But if you have an ego and can stand up and say, you know what, screw you, or you know what, I don't need your shit, and detach from that, that's protecting your spirit and your soul. So the ego is essential to living a happy, fulfilled life in the human reality. And I would love to hear your input. If you think otherwise, or if you agree with me, or you have a different perspective, please share. But as I dive into different modalities and different healing practices and different lines of theology and ideology, the people that I resonate the most with are the ones that talk about the ego being in balance. And me, myself, having a very strong ego and a very strong voice, I know it has been essential to my continued growth and my ability to make these videos and share with you guys. Because, if I didn't have an ego and I put myself, well, first of all, I probably wouldn't put myself out there, because my soul would be, not petrified. I guess that's still the ego, fearing judgment. Um, But again, you know, it's the healthy balance within the ego that and the awareness that allows you to continue to ascend both egoically and spiritually with that divine balance of each one. So just food for thought. I'd love your feedback. I hope you guys are having an absolutely wonderful day. I hope that you have an absolutely wonderful weekend filled with um, laughter and presence and people you love, because love is what's going to get us through this. And don't allow yourself, like I have, to get sucked into the toxic ego with the three-dimensional dualistic arguments of politics and fear and separation. We're all guilty. Don't get sucked into it. Stay present, stay true to yourself, and balance that ego, because the ego is important. I love you guys. I'll see you all very soon.